Oh, good. This is going to go just as well.
From the San Francisco Chronicle.
Oh my God.
6 charged of making fake Pac-Man games in Santa Clara. A Milpitas family and 3 people who worked with them at a Santa Clara manufacturer of arcade games were charged with forging Pac-Man machines, officials said Thursday. A woman, her son, and her ex-husband, who together owned and operated the company called Coin Op Store. Check the website, I think it's still online.
Yeah, it is, but they're very vague.
Are accused of forging for a profit machines that played classics such as Galaga, Tank Battalion, and 5 different versions of Pac-Man. Chun Chu Chang, 61, Kingsley Stuart Chang, Bruce Michael Burton, and a few others. Collectively, the 6 are charged with 14 counts of felony counterfeiting, prosecutors said. Officials said that the proceeds from the sales of the machines may be seized, including $1.2 million in cash, a 2012 Mercedes-Benz, a 2015 BMW, and five properties.
So, I don't want to accidentally get the name of this wrong. We have a article here that does, I believe, show the right name. Oh, Multicade. So it is Multicade. Multicade, you've probably seen these before. They usually have 60-in-1 seems to be the cheapest and the one that you see the most often. I believe they can have up to like 300 games in them. But they have a number of Namco games. Then they usually have some like not so common games like Crush Roller ripoffs or whatever, and maybe like a Donkey Kong called like Donkey King, but then they'll have like a Galaga and they'll call it Galaga or Pac-Man, but they'll change the color palettes around to try to get around like copyright,
To try to make it like some sort of clone, but it's not a clone.
but it's not a clone. It's the actual game. Okay. They just like kind of change like
it's
color
like
palettes.
it's the biggest change as Crazy Kong was. They still stole Nintendo's game,
right?
Just altered it slightly.
Exactly. And you'll see these at bars, and they'll usually have a couple of official games like next to it, but then they'll throw one of these in the middle because it's cheap and it has a bunch of stuff on it, and they're awful. And I never play them because it's obvious they're bootleg. And most people stay away from them. I don't think they make a lot of money anymore because people realize that they're just playing some sort of bootleg trash. I don't know. I mean, maybe a bar owner can chime in and say, and I'm not necessarily judging the bar owner because maybe they never knew what they were getting into. But I'm glad that these people are finally getting hit with this bullshit because it's just blatant piracy. And, I mean, the fact that they try to run this as legitimate business is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's coinopstore.com. And on that website, they're selling vertical and horizontal JAMA arcades, stand-ups that they're not marked. But yes, there is then the Multicade you can get there for $1,600.
That's the one I've seen the most frequently.
Okay, with a wood grain one.
Yeah.
They also sell the Dream Team basketball game, with the basketball redemption thing. They have a pool table. And they have some LED upright games, as well as a cocktail one. So let's click on the classic stand-up arcade. Let's see what it says, unless they took it down already, because they're getting, come after them.
As far as I could tell earlier, they've completely changed the wording on it.
They've changed the wording by now.
Yeah, I don't think it says anything about it included.
Does it say about games that are included? So the funny part about this, or the reason why this could have got more to light, is because according to the Kotaku article. Namco Bandai
is located in the same city.
They're also in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it directly, but maybe it's like, oh, look at those assholes down the street. Look what they're doing.
Yeah.
They didn't get the license for the Pac-Man game or Galaga. Fuck them in the ear. So they're not. I guess the San Francisco Chronicle article has them saying they're fake Pac-Man games. It really should be them going after they haven't licensed the games that they're including in these multicades. That's more accurate.
Yeah.
It's not like they're making a Pac-Man stand-up arcade machine. They're making generic games like multicades that include these games, and now they're getting taken down a peg.
Yep.
Because I guess you can go the route from other companies and actually get them licensed. You can license the packs of games out and make it totally legit, and I guess they didn't.
Yeah, and like I said, I've seen
allegedly.
Them. I won't say where, but I've actually seen them at bars in San Diego, bars that I like. And the colors are just all wrong. They're like pale greens and like gross colors. And
they're thinking that's going to be enough to slide by.
Right. And I mean, they play just like the originals. It's just everything is off about the palettes and stuff like that.
All All right. Well, this will be interesting because if this goes through, you're going to have other companies make sure they cross their T's, dot their I's when they're making similar machines and make sure their games are licensed entirely and not using maybe even copyrighted like material like artwork and things like that nature. Make them totally generic to begin with, and making sure that obviously the games are licensed from the actual companies that own the copyrights.
Right.